This story was performed in Washington, D.C. as part of Queer Cuentos, a partnership between Story District and the Latino GLBT History Project.
All right, without any further ado, let's give it up for our next storyteller of the evening, James Tandaric.
So, do you have a girlfriend? As told by Mr. Villanueva at my first school. Now, at the time, I had a boyfriend, so I was thinking like, well, I could tell him I have a boyfriend, but I mean, I don't have a girlfriend, so I'm not really lying. I'm just not telling the whole truth. No, I don't have a girlfriend. Now, at my first school, I wasn't really out to anyone, and it wasn't a big deal. I didn't know much of the staff anyway, and I only worked with my kids probably once or twice a week. Now, at my second school, I decided to come out just to the staff to see what happened, and for the most part, people were really cool with it. The big example was Miss Gabrielle Gonzalez. She was my lead teacher and pretty much unofficial mother of the school. Gabby, I'm going on a date with a guy named Jason this weekend, and I am so excited for it. Well, okay, James, be careful and try not to have too much fun now. Now, as a student teacher, I got to know my students and my parents much more in depth than my first school. And as I got to know them, I got to know them more deeply about who they're going to become. Will they become doctors? Will they become engineers? Are they gay? Are their parents gay? Do they know any other gay people? At both my schools, there were no out staff. So if I came out to them, I may be the first openly queer person they may have ever met. And what about the parents? Are they cool with gay people? Will they be cool with their student having a queer teacher or not? Now, halfway through the school year, I went to one of my best friends. I went to a gay men's chorus concert, and being broke, we sat up in the nosebleed section, very high up and everything at the Lincoln Theater. And I was on my phone just messing around before the concert started, when all of a sudden this woman said, "Mr. Tandaric, is that you? Oh my gosh, Miss Cross, how's it going?" Oh my gosh, I just met a parent at a gay men's concert. "Miss Cross, what are you doing here?" "Well, one of my good friends is performing in the show." Oh, okay. So I was in my head, I was thinking, well, if she's cool with queer people, maybe other parents will. Now, a couple months later, it was time for our school gala. Now, this was a fancy, fancy gala, so I was in my nicest attire, suit jacket, dress pants, dress shoes. All around the sides of the walls, there were all these fancy artwork of kids that parents could auction off for. There was a bunch of catered food with people in their nicest outfits. And there was a bar, an open bar, in fact. And one of those open bars where if you get a vodka cranberry, you're gonna get all vodka and just enough cranberries. That way the drink looks appetizing. And of course, being the lightweight that I am, I got drunk. But I not only got drunk, so did the parents and the staff. Man, I'm having such a good time at this gala right now. Well, Mr. Tandaric, just you wait until 8:30 when all the parents start dancing out on the dance floor. Oh my gosh, am I gonna come out to these parents right now? What will I say to them? Well, I didn't have to say anything. Being a regular at Town and Cobalt not only taught me how to dance, but literally be the gayest dancer possible. From shaking my booty to doing body rolls to taking off my suit jacket and tie, because it was just way too hot in that place. I was having a really good time. And the music was like what I can best describe as RuPaul's music. You know, that kind of slightly gay like music playing at like an event. And when you hear the song "Sissy That Walk," you better sissy that walk. Like Moses parting the seas, these parents created a sort of kind of runway in the middle of the dance floor, while I, the social worker and psychologist, literally modeled and vogued for our lives on the dance floor. "Mr. Tandaric, go for it, go for it. Oh my gosh, yes." This was parents saying that to me. So maybe underneath all that liquid courage, these parents were cool with me being queer. Now, towards the end of the year, me and the fourth graders, I taught fourth grade that year, we went on a trip to the Capitol. Now, it was probably April or May, and it was at least 95 degrees out with 100% humidity. There was several problems, chaperones leaving in and leaving out, and there was just tons of logistical problems throughout the day with the other fourth grade class. So it was easy to say that I was not in the best mood that day. As we were leaving the capital to the metro, some of my students were talking, including one of my students named Dag. Now, Dag was by far the most noisiest and disruptive student in the class. From constantly getting into people's business to running around the class whenever he felt like it, he was truly a field trip all on his own. Something out of nowhere, Dag asked me, "Mr. Tandaric, are you gay? Everyone thinks you are." Now, in that moment, I was thinking, okay, I could come out to them in a grand scheme. I could say, "Yes, Dag, I'm queer," all that sort of stuff. Or it could be one of disaster with several follow-up questions. I wasn't in the best mood already, so I didn't know what to do. "No, Dag, I'm not gay. I'm not gay." Now, at my first school, to me it wasn't a big deal. But at this school, it really was. These weren't just students. These were my students. I spent months working with them, trying to teach them how to do long division, finding the mood of a text, all while dealing with their variety of social and emotional needs. Will they meet another queer person in their life? Will they be cool with queer people if I came out to them? Will they stop using gay as a slur if they knew another queer person in their school? And even though I can keep thinking of all these questions, I realized in that moment how important it is to come out as a teacher and as queer. Now today, I'm at another school, and I'm the lead teacher of my own set of 13 second graders. And just like queer people and Latinx people, youth need role models to look up to. And especially working at a school where most of the students and my students are Latinx, just like myself. They can meet a role model that not only looks like them, but may like the same gender. And what a better role model for kids to have than a teacher. Thank you.